哦，大家好，各位等我一下，我们开一个那个。
首先，我要感谢检调还我清白，证明我没有侵占任何款项，这是真能够吹。这个检调做到的事情，就是证明 Andy 那个当初视频里面讲的事情，你家人账本不拿出来，然后侵占这些款项，这哪里证明你的清白了？
我曾经对那一身味深深着迷，甚至入魔，但一朵朵香水玫瑰的出现，竟让那身味变得陌生模糊。
我就是想问，就如果你被出轨了，你能不能就是生气一点，能不能不要写一首诗出来？这个说话的方式，你这个读诗的方式，让我感觉你这个人不可信，你在玩一个人设还是啥？
而那些所谓的惊喜与心意，事后也全部都被整理成报销清单。
人家是说几年的劳动力没了，25%股份被抢了，然后你在这边抱怨，人家给你送的礼物是公司报销了。Like what is going on? What the? Nobody cares about that right now. 账本在哪里？到底怎么回事？你和你妈有没有联合起来把安迪踢出股东？让人家解释关于这些罗曼蒂克。What are you talking about? 你活不活在这个现实当中？怎么一个做自媒体的会不知道大家在意的是什么？就真的只活在自己大脑中？我不懂。OK。佳宁最近被起诉了，大家知道吗？佳宁全家被起诉了。我们来看一下这个新闻。
检方调查重量级频道2019年到2022年流量收益、脸书广告收入以及电商拍卖
赚了好多啊，3000万啊，还行，差不多。
周边共计3000多万。佳宁母亲却涉嫌没收报为公司年度收入，并汇到个人户头用来买保险、缴卡费等。另外还涉
This is like so stupid. Like 这个是你能做的最糟糕的事情。如果你有一个自己公司，拿公司账户缴私人卡费，这是怎么想出来的？他们是觉得台湾的这个税务局不查吗？还是啥啊？等下台湾税务局是不是真不查？真的假的？
破4000万元。
Oh my
以
god！
工作量和合作案来比，究竟谁是谁的工具人？你敢对大家说清楚吗？
这个感觉就是耍无赖，人家到底有没有这25%股份嘛？人家如果有的话，你干嘛不把他给踢出这个股东里面？然后人家问你钱在哪里，你就说我赚的钱多，还你赚钱多啊？啊，谁工具人啊？这招是不是坏？他在说啥？你知道最坏的还是什么吗？就是每一次关于这个案件有任何更新的时候，不管是这个他们被起诉了也好，还是有什么其他的那些关于查账的那一些裁判书出来也好，每一次这种事情出来之后，第二天或者当天马上。
This applause will be more enthusiastic. Told you so. Shane Van Boening with his extraordinary career CV has earned the right to be a fan favourite. He's 3-1 down though. So the scores on the doors in these
我们看一下 relive 吧，现在没有 live。
in losers qualification. Dennis Grabber of Estonia 2-1 up on Roland Garcia. Great start from Torsten Homan, double world 9-ball champion, leading 17-year-old fellow countryman Felix Vogel 4-0. Mustafa Alner has just started his journey against Payne McBride and he leads 1-0. There's the man from Turkey. Harry Vergara 6-5 up on Claudio Cacci. He would be another surprise omission from the last 64 draw, would the younger Cacci. On the hill, Konrad Yuzhishin 8-7 over Alex Pagulayan. It's 5-5 Jonas Suto and Elliot Sanderson. 6-5 for Kwo Oshanwei over Baseth Mokaibat. Loho Sun on the hill against Kopin Yi's younger brother, Koping Han, 8-6. Roberto Gomez on course for victory against Met Vergara at 8-5. Mayato Jikota, 7-3 up on Raymond Linares. Lee Van Corteza has beaten Edward Karangian 9-4. And Marvin Assis has made a good start against Francesco Candela to lead 3-0.
Yeah, funny results again. The 1 down. 9 got a lot of movement off the cue ball, but don't think he has anything clean on the 2. He might be able to cross it to the right side, but I don't think he can get it to the upper left. Crossing it to the right side just makes no sense to me. Where the red 3 is, the scratch is on, all types of bad things could go. Then the 6, 8, and 9 in the upper right. or tied up.
While he muses, I can tell you Lucas Fracasso Werner 2-0 up on Michael Schneider. Massive match for Fracasso Werner, that, given that he's in the mix for a possible Mosconi Cup call-up.
Yeah, Shane, been known to take some chances on the blue too. There is payoffs to it, right? But boy, caught that just a little thick. This looks extremely thin to the side. Maybe not as bad. No, not near as bad as I thought. The 5 will carry you to the right side of the table for the green 6. So it's all about getting on the pink 4 here.
He's deceptive, isn't he, Copigny? Just looks as though he has this game plan of keeping everything simple. And yet he's always seemingly doing the right thing. Timing the balls correctly. So hard to beat. Although Sullivan Clark did, convincingly 9-3 earlier today. So if Sullivan Clark can beat him, Shane Van Boening most certainly can.
I think the concern here is really the 7 and where the cue ball finishes now. He finishes on the left side of the table for the 5 in the lower left. He might have to wrap all the way around and come under the 6, but he'd like to finish on the 7 where he can get to the right side of the table up top. Yeah, so from here, he might be forced to wrap around below the 6.
Van Boening mentally preparing for a world of hurt either way. Simply had to be, and leaving the 6 close to the 7 increases the chances of a ball in hand situation exponentially.
Yeah, calling his extension. Does he have to spin this, or can he kind of just slam at it, leveled out? I don't know yet. All depends on the space between the 9 and the cue ball. And there's a look at the crowd, and they just kind of go on and on and on all the way around this arena. Okay, so he can slam it. Needs a bit of fortune here.
Well, the 6 pots, but that could have been worse. He doesn't think so. He's steaming.
Yeah, just give him a lot of credit to his opponent. He knows how accurate Copigny is. looking at options. I find this an interesting moment here. 80% of the field would go to the side here. I think he's going to the corner. Look at this hit. Wow. What an exceptional hit that was. Steeper than it looked, for sure.
There is no doubt in my mind he is going to be extremely difficult to beat. Ko Ping-yi systematically trying to destroy the Van Boening dream. It's 4-1. His brother has just lost. Loh Ho Sun beating Ko Ping-han 9-6 over on table 15. It's Hill. Alex Pagulayan against Konrad Yuzhishin. 8 racks each. So many tight matches out there. Roberto Gomez on the hill against Met Vergara. 8-6. Jonas Suto and Elliot Sanderson have been swapping racks. It's 6-6 there. Dennis Grabber making a good start against Roland Garcia, former World 9-Ball Championship runner-up. The leading Estonian player, 4-1 to the good. Lucas Fracasso Werner 3-0 against Michael Schneider. Torsten Homan, he's very much the veteran against very much the youngster, 17-year-old Felix Vogel. Well, experience is telling. He's 5-0 up, Homan. And on table 3, just starting out, Ko Ping-chung against Vitali Pachura. It's not inconceivable. All of the 3 Ko brothers could be out before single elimination, although Ko Ping-yi is doing his level best to avoid that eventuality. So, Scott Frost is taking a well-deserved break from the commentary box. Now joining me is Carl Boyes.
Ko Ping-yi to break 4-1. This is the problem. Shane might not get many visits.
Have you been doing anything exciting, Carl?
Yeah, I've just filmed a preview for the TV show with 4 US Open champions all sat around the table just having a conversation about the past and what they remember about the US Open and when they won and kind of what it means and things. It was myself, Jeremy, Bedor, Sanchez Ruiz, Jason.
Sounds good already. And of course, Carl, all joking apart, you came close to being the US Open champion yourself. Beaten in the final by Kevin Cheng.
Yeah, that got brought up off one of them, of course.
Jeremy?
No, I think it was Jason.
Yeah, he was second favourite to rub salt into the still wide open wound.
Yeah, it wasn't long after that loss the queue got unscrewed for good.
Well, that's how Shane Van Boening might be feeling right now. It will be an absolutely acute disappointment if he loses this match and doesn't make a single elimination. We never envisaged that.
Sorry, Phil. I was going to say, yeah, the issue is Ko Ping-yi is one of the, you know, the tournament favourites. He's a world champion. His brothers won this tournament. Ko Ping-yi is if you'd have said pick 5 players to win the event, probably 95% of the world would put this man in that 5. This is how good he is, and this is not really the match where, you know, Shane's hopes were tarnished. It's the other match that he lost, Phil, because he had control of that match. That's the match he's robbed, because if he'd have won that match, he would never have had to play this man.
You're absolutely right. And to make matters worse for Van Boening, a few racks ago, camera picked up Arseny Sevastyanov. He's watching on.
Go
He has
down.
been watching. Van Boening glances over, sees the fin, and all of those horrible memories from yesterday are reenacted.
Well, of course, the Finn is going to be playing Jeremy Jones in losers qualification. That's who he's got next.
We don't know which table that's on, but we do know the next match on table 1, the last match of the day, will be Skylar Woodward against Duong Quoc Wang. And all I will say there is if Woodward plays to the same standard as he played this morning, he will lose. This is going rapidly south for Shane Van Boening. 4-1 becomes 5-1. And it doesn't need a maths genius to tell you that's more than halfway to victory. Lee Van Corteza, so experienced. He's won the World Cup for the Philippines in the past. He's won tournaments this year, including the recent rally in the Shenandoah Valley in Point Royal, Virginia. That wasn't too long ago, actually, when he's beaten Edward Karanjian 9-4. Hayato Ishikata of Japan. He's a 9-3 winner over Raymond Linares. Well done to Oscar Dominguez, overcoming Alex Bausch 9-5. What a start from Marvin Assis. He was heavily beaten by Aloysius Yap earlier. Well, he's bouncing back like a good un. He leads Francesco Candela 5-0. Lucas Fracasso Werner 3-1 up on Michael Schneider. Roberto Gomez still waiting for victory over Med Vergara. Gomez leading 8-6. Kuo Huan Wei 7-6 on Baseth Makaibat. And Elliot Sanderson battling Jonas Suto. Sanderson leading 7-6. Harry Vergara of the Philippines 7-6 up on Claudio Cachi. Carly's just relentless.
Well, he's making the one, he's breaking well, he's hitting him well, he's controlling the cue ball. And unfortunately for SVB, and there's hundreds of fans in this room, Coping he's getting a look at the lowest ball. Phil Yates has just nipped out for a second, but we're going to have the pleasure of Eagle Eye Jason Shaw in the booth.
Yes, Carl, what's
Whoa.
up?
Not a lot, pal, just sitting here watching a bit of pool. SVB, things are not looking good here.
Well, when we just came out having that little meeting in there, it was 3-1. Two rack. Must have went real quick. Did he break and run the last couple?
Yeah, he's landing on the lowest ball. He's getting a look. He's breaking well though. All the balls are splitting nice, and listen, Shane's he is seriously under it now. Things are not looking good. He's going to need a little bit of help.
Wow. I'm surprised he tried to hold the three there. I would have just gone straight up the table off the back rail. Yeah, tricky little spot he's left Shane now.
Yeah, Shane's going to fly at the jump shot here, but potting it's not too bad, but he's got to avoid the centre pocket. It's very thin. This can still go wrong for Shane.
Oh, he wanted a little. He's got to look at it though. He wanted a little bit more out of that. He would have liked to have got past the 8 on the right side as we look. I'm sure he's just happy to get back to the table.
What do you like here, Jay? What do you think he's going to play? Is he going to go for a super thin cut and just swing it round, or is he going to try and lock him up?
I think you go for the cut, because if you miss it, you come back down and hoping that if you don't make it, the 6 becomes a big blocker, and maybe the 9 becomes a blocker too. I fancy him to shoot at this, Carl. I think being down 5-1, you got to push the boat out and try and make things happen.
Yeah, can't really blame him. He feels like it's a two-wayer.
Yeah, like I said, you got the 6 ball there and the 9, and you know that's the way to miss it if you're going to miss it. Make sure you don't kind of leave it over the hole and leave an easy jump shot for Cole, but he's got a kick shot here past the 8, one rail, and I think if he gets any sort of contact here on the 4, he's most likely going to make it. Wow, he hit it on the thick side. Chance here for SVB. Try and just pot the 4 ball here and stun down past the 8.
Yeah, striking down on the cue ball. Happy with that one. Kind of feel it's now or never, don't you? 5-1 is quite a big gap, and he's going to make a fight back. Feel like he's not going to get many chances.
Yeah, I think he'll try and pick the speed up here a little bit. That's not the best shots right there, Carl. Surprised he's played it with that much spin. I tried to just play it a little bit normal ball there and try and get a little bit closer to the 6. He's going to have to make the 6 here and go twice across. Leave yourself straight in on the 7. And nice shot there from Shane. He's got a couple of options here. He can just try and drop this in and just get the cue ball past the 9 ball a little bit and shoot the 8 into the right middle. Or he can go forward 2 rails, but I like just making the 7 and getting the cue ball out close to the 9 and have an easier shot in the side pocket.
He'll grind away. That's what Shane does. That's what all these boys do. He's forced into it. There's a packed audience all around the table because they know something may not go their way because they all want Shane to win, don't they? Let's be honest. And obviously at 5-1 down, they're going to give him all the support he needs.
Yeah, I'm sure you're going to hear a loud clap here when Shane makes this 9 ball, and like you said, the fans want him to see him win his 6th title.
Yeah, the clap's there. It's still a little quiet, but if he can close the gap more, they will get louder and louder. There you have it. It's 5-2. The junior event starts tomorrow, and they have all arrived. They're in the arena. They're playing on the kind of the first 4 tables just to the right of the main arena. All practicing away, and I believe the powers above. I think Emily Fraser's over there, and you can see Henry and Billy Thorpe's in there. I think they're doing a mini tournament. They're getting ready for the comp tomorrow. This is the action, what is going on elsewhere in the arena. Thorsten Hohmann, well, the German veteran, is schooling the schoolboy Felix Vogel. It's 6-1. Pat Sora has took the first rack against Ko Ping Chung, who is of course the brother of Ko Ping Yi, who's playing Shane. Over on table 4, one of the few Brits to play in this year's Open, Elliot Sanderson, 8-6 over Jonas Sutok. Marvin Aziz flying against Candela, 6-1. Table 16, is it? Yeah, table 16. That's 7-7 between Asef Makabat and Q Xian Wei. But we are going right back to the main table. This is where SVB has got it all to do. He's won another rack. Can he hold that for a 6th time? He's breaking. He's 5-2 down. Yeah, you need to look at the balls. Easy starter, he's not going to get one, but there's a couple of safety options here.
Yeah, I think just thinning the 2 behind the 7 and just leaving the cue ball on the side rail. Yeah, he'll be happy with that. And the only shot Cole's got here, he's got to go 2 rails and come underneath the 2. You want to play this just with a little bit of speed. You don't want to break the 2 and the 7 open, so he wants to try and come 2 rails above the 8 and try and rest on this ball here, and it's a little touchy shot. That has to go. Is he gonna get a rail? Oh, no rail. That was a good effort though, Carl.
Yeah, really good effort. It's weird that it kind of looks like it touched, but he's closer than us. Anyway, Ko Ping Yi is happy with the result. He won't be in a minute.
Oh, he's got to go. Is it going to stay up? Oh, he's going to have to try and Massey around the 7 a little bit. He's going to have to play this with speed because the ball won't take if he doesn't play it hard enough.
Yeah, what Jason's saying is if you roll this with spin, it might not take. Well, he's tried that. He's done well, hasn't he? Needs to rail after contact.
Tell you what, that was a lot better shot than it looked, Carl. It's not easy to do that on a slidey claw, hitting it real soft. Usually it'll slide away from you, but he's done really well there, and he's gonna try and just nick off the 2 here and get in behind the 8.
Don't under hit it or over hit it like so. It's very easy to do that, to be. That can be.
Yeah, I think this shot here, just a little bit of a slow roll, a little bit of spin, try and just get him up onto the 7. He might go for this, Carl. If he's feeling good, he's going to make the 2 in the corner and come just above the side pocket to the right hand side, or sorry, below the side pocket, and try and maybe just land around where the 4 ball is. So I can see him, he's queuing up for it.
Big shot of the maps, this. This is a big moment. Overdone it. I was watching it all the way. I thought he'd missed it, but I didn't want to say that in case it slid in, but...
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'd have gone for that. I would have just tried to nick him up behind the 7 there and just take what he could have got.
Yeah, it was a big shot to take on. It looks even worse from the overhead camera. And it weren't a terrible effort.
Oh no.
This needs to stop.
Wasn't his best shot, was it?
How difficult is this type of pot, Jason, on these tables? Under
Yeah.
the gun?
Yeah, it's difficult, Carl. You know, I think at this stage of the match, being down 5-2, it becomes a little bit more tricky, a little bit more pressure on the shot. But you know, just commit to the ball. You know, do what you usually do. Don't do anything crazy. And I'm sure if he makes a 3, he's going to come across. The big question is, does the 4 pass the 5 in the corner, or is he going to be left with a cut into the side pocket?
Where's the cue ball going? He pops it. Is he just going to hit the bottom rail?
I think the way he's cutting it, he's going to run bottom rail, side rail, and come in between the 9 and the 5, or maybe under the 9. Not too bad. He's got a shot.
Yeah, he'll pump this in, won't he? I think maybe come off the bottom rail and back out. I don't know if he can go 2 rails around the back of the 8 as well. Let's see what he chooses to do.
Yeah, he's going to come round the back of the 8 here, leave himself a little bit of a longer shot.
Settle down, cue ball.
I think
Put right on it, didn't he?
I think he actually tried to come up there for the 6, maybe in the other corner. You know, because he's played it with that spin. That kind of tells me maybe he was trying to get up there to that side rail.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, rightfully so, he's going to be feeling it. Look how many people are around. We'll drop it in, he finds the middle of the bag. That's a better shot than it looks as well. They can get the knees going.
Yeah, that 5-1, the 3 ball was a big miss, and Shane looks like he's starting to pick up his speed a little bit.
Yeah, and the couple of breaks we've seen, he's not landed on the lowest ball. That can soon change. That's fine, he can shoot this up into the corner pocket. It's a big bag, but make sure you bear down, don't be doing anything silly here. And it's 5-3, and the clap this time is a little bit louder than last.
Right, Carl, it was nice talking to you, nice booth for a little bit, so I will catch you soon.
Always good to have Jason in the booth, and we wish him all the best for tomorrow.
What a downgrade. Eagle eye to me. Sorry, folks.
From an eagle to a pigeon.
Yeah, you'll never be a dove. You're not a peacemaker, you. Elliot Sanderson on the verge of what would be an absolutely cracking win for him. Of course, he was heavily defeated by Jason Shaw yesterday, but this would make up for it. And it would be another disappointment for Jonas Suto, who over the last few weeks has not really fired.
Yeah, the young Spaniard, we were expecting bigger things from him. He's got that game, hasn't he, where he can go on a man, he can go on a tear up, but he's under the gun over there. That is the setting that SBB finds himself in. He's playing one of the greatest of the modern era. That is just luck of the draw. There's nothing you can do about that. Things are looking a little better for Shane. He's just 2 behind now. Need to look at the lowest ball though. Can he find it?
So the one not in the side, but it does go in a pocket. Rather luckily.
Thorsten Homan against these young German compadre. He's 8-1 up, Thorsten. He's doing a number on Felix.
Yes, there's still excellence in there. And on table 3, Koping Chung just about to get off the mark against Vitali Patsura. Indeed he does, because the 9 ball is rifled in. Patsura leads 2-1. When Thorsten Homan and Felix Vogel finish, that's when Jeremy Jones will go over onto table 2 to take on Arseny Sevastianov.
He may play this very hard with spin, and if he hits the right hand side of the blue 2, he might get a bit of 9 ball action. Well, he's hit it too soft. He's missed the ball altogether. SVB with ball in hand.
我现在去弄点东西吃好了。
You can hear murmurings in the crowd. They're thinking, he can do this. I'm thinking he can do this. Koping is thinking, Van Boning well capable of pulling this out of the fire. What does Van Boning think? At 5-1 down, his quest for that 6th US Open title almost seemed to be on life support. Now it's buoyant again.
Apologies again for getting excited in the booth. Moved the 9 ball out of the way when he had ball in hand. It was quite smart. Not because he's playing it in the left pocket where he moved the 9 away. It's so after this shot, the 9's not in the way for his positional shot now. If the 9 was still there, it'd have been in the way a little bit, so he just moved it out of the way. Jonas Suto has got himself to 7. It's 8-7. Elliot Sanderson is on the hill. That's on table 4.
Yeah, Suto knocking in a tricky 8-9 combination to stay alive. I can't remember a match so early in a Matchroom major that has been watched by so many people. The crowd out there is akin to a final, and the atmosphere is akin to a final.
Yeah, they want Shane to go on. They want him to get through to tomorrow. They want his name in the hat for the draw after the last match of the night. That's what they want. And at 5-1 down, everyone in here, all the American fans, would have been a little worried.
He's a warrior from South Dakota, Shane Van Boning, now only 1 back. Koping's lead reduced significantly to 5-4. On table 11, Dennis Grabber in command against Roland Garcia at 7-1. We know about Thorsten Homan on the hill against Felix Vogel at 8-1. Mustafa Alner, he's 3-2 up on Payne McBride. These are all losers qualification matches. Claudio Cacci trying to claw his way back. He's on the hill against Harry Vergara, 8-8. Everything for him, for both of them, rests on the all-important 17th rack. We know about Elliot Sanderson on the hill against Jonas Suto at 8-7. Same scoreline for Kuo Shan Wei over Basef Makaibat. Roberto Gomez is through, beating Med Vergara 9-6. And Lucas Fracasso Werner, much riding on that match against Michael Schneider. He's very much in the US Mosconi Cup equation. And he's 5-1 up is LFV. 7-1 for Marvin Assis over Francesco Candela of Italy.
Yeah, table 18. I'm just trying to get a visual of where that is in the arena.
Really good performance, by the way, from Marvin Assis of the Philippines, because he was heavily beaten by Aloysius Yap earlier today. And it's not a case of suffering an adverse reaction, just the opposite. That's the thing these days, because of the World Nine Ball rankings, because of the Mosconi Cup, Reyes Cup, there's always something to play for. It's not all about prize money, it's about invaluable ranking points as well. Kwo Bushan-Wei and Baseth Makaibat have gone hill. So table 16 and table 18 down to the wire. But not many spectators are moving over there. They're all concerned as to what SVB will do. He's having to wait at the moment because Ko Pin-Yi has taken his leave. He's gone out of the arena.
Well, over on table 4, Elliot Sanderson was hooked. The red 3 ball was just to the left of where the cue ball is now. He 2-railed it and potted it in the bottom right corner. Oh! That's a big miss. He's fired it into the rail, the worst possible place. Onus Suto. I think he was sat on a trampoline, he got up that quick.
Will he be on the plane home, Sanderson, thinking about that ping 4 ball? We'll let you know what happens, but this is the big occasion match.
Cue ball's been kicked, it's flying around. 2 balls coming over near the pocket. He wants it over the pocket. Oh, what a difference a roll makes. I wonder how much of this 3 ball he can see. I wonder if there's like some sort of cross bank.
Well, we know from earlier he took on a very difficult cross bank 2, so he's not averse to gambling.
I'm still watching table 4. We just got over there for a little bit as Sanderson missed the pink 4. Suto is on the 8 ball. He's now straight on the 9 ball. Table 4. He's going to be going the distance. This is for a 1-rack shootout to see who advances and gets their name in the hat. Big noise from somewhere. I have a feeling it's Claudio Cacci. My colleague will confirm soon as the result comes in.
Yeah, there is a slight delay in these scores being recorded. Claudio on table 18 was taking on Harry Vergara, 8-8. Can the World Championship semi-finalists just about squeeze through?
This needs to go for Shane. Okay, he's put himself in a little bit of the 50-yard line, as we like to call it. Another bounce, it'd have been easy.
Well, there he was queuing up to cut back into a semi-blind pocket.
There's a wonderful atmosphere in here this evening. SVB's going top left, pumping the cue ball 2 rails. This is a big shot, let me tell you. Watch out left. Not quite. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's not quite there. Well, it was Harry Vergara who beat Claudio Cacci. It must have been the Filipinos screaming. Wow.
Doesn't play a lot of these big tournaments, Harry Vergara, but we know his capabilities. Just a few weeks after being in the last 4 of the World 9-Ball Championship, Claudio Cacci isn't in the last 64 of the US Open.
Yeah, and in the race for Mosconi, that might have big implications. He's missed it right behind the table.
There is no doubt where momentum lies now, and it's not with Ko Pin-Yi.
Got to get this one right. Now you see, very straight. He's got to pull it back. These still need to be cued well.
If you like your pool tight and dramatic, this last hour or so has been right up your street.
Yeah, and Phil, we don't want to say we told you so, but at the start of the day, on Judgment Day, when the quality of player starts to meet each other, you're going to get some close matches. You're going to get the drama. This is what 9-ball pool can serve up.
4 on the bounce for SVB. He was 5-1 down, now he's 5-all, and of course breaking off in rack 11. So Carl, where are you taking us next?
I think we should go to table 4 because we've got another 1-rack shootout. It's between the Brit and the fast-playing Spanish man, Jonas Suto. This is the situation. Elliot, the shouter, is hooked on the blue 2. It's a good kick, that. That's the way he's played it. Well, is he going to get a Brucey bonus with the hook as well? I think he is.
He's known as the shouter because when he has wins, certainly big wins, he shrieks with delight. I think if he wins this match, you'll hear him in Philadelphia.
Suto wants to play a similar shot here. It's like a kick and stick, as we call it. Just get rid of the 2. You've got to make sure you hit this right, though. Otherwise, the cue ball can squeak out like that. Elliot, second chance here. He had a chance in the previous. He missed the pink 4 in the same pocket as the blue 2 is going. I think he can maybe go forward a couple of rails and try and come towards the pink 4.
Talking fiscally, this match is very valuable. You lose it, you're on nothing. You win it, you're on $3,000 guaranteed. 1 rack of pool for $3,000.
He's a very excitable character, is the lefty. He gets very jittery and he kind of jumps around the table. SVB is hooked on the blue 2. He's going to be playing the push out, but listen, 15 minutes ago, he was sat there, a very worried man. He's won the last 4 racks. If you're just joining us, Ko Pin-Yi was 5-1 up. Let's see what Elliot's got here. Can he pop this and find the gap? Oh, he was all right. He could draw it. Thought the angle was a bit steeper. This is a big shot, though, now.
My advice to Sanderson, find the right rhythm. Don't play too quickly. Certainly don't play too slowly.
Just wonder if he's going to take the gamble and fire it over towards the 6. He'd be unlucky to hit the 6 and hook himself. Just make sure you pop the ball. Don't start thinking about that cue ball. Yeah, that's good. Hit that well.
I've got the Jason Shaw seal of approval. He's sitting with us in our commentary position. He's played with Elliot Sanderson in the World Cup, so he knows all about him.
I think the cue ball is running away a little bit. It's not dead straight. So is he spinning it in and leave a longish 5? Yeah, that's okay as well. Where's the cue ball going here with Shane? Is he okay? Or did he... Oh, he scratched. SVB scratched. Koping, ball in hand.
We know of the importance of SBV against Koping, but I'm sure you don't mind sticking with this decider.
Well, I can assure you, if Elliot Sanderson knocks these 4 balls in, it's going to get noisy.
Yeah, I'm saying nothing in the immediate aftermath if the 9 goes in and it's Sanderson who's spotted it, because the shout will be very loud indeed.
Definitely feeling it. This is the key shot now. You can make your life so much easier if you leave a nice angle on the 8, centre of the table. Because when you pot the 8, the cue ball just comes over to the right naturally.
I can't remember another Matchroom major where so many big names have gone out before single elimination.
That is not the best shot he's ever played. He has put himself under the gun here. He wanted to come another 3 feet higher. This is a weird angle now. He's got to play it quite hard. I mean, he can go forward and leave a long finish 9, or does he try and pull it back?
And it's tougher for a left-hander because of the position of the 9.
Going low on the cue ball. Oh, he's missed it by a mile. All because of the previous shot. It was the previous shot. He didn't draw back far enough. That was the key one.
He was going very low on the cue ball and also low left, and consequently he overcut the black 8 ball by a country mile. But Suto under pressure, anything is missable.
Yeah, I mean, potting the 8 is not the difficult part. If he just had to roll the 8 in, he makes it, but the cue ball's dicing with the side pocket here. Unless he gets into it, he's really got to dig into this, you know. Watch out middle pocket. Well, I'll tell you what, that is one of the shots of the day.
The shouter is about to be silenced. In fact, it is Jonas Suto who does the shouting. What drama at the end of a match that went its full distance. Jonas Suto of Spain defeats Elliot Sanderson of the UK 9-8. And we get back to the main table just in time to see Koping back in front, just against Shane Van Boening at 6-5. Well, I think it's fair to say, Carl, the tournament in the last hour or so, couple of hours, has really come alive.
The tournament has started. Welcome to the 48th US Open Pool Championship. Elliot Sanderson will be sick. But Jonas Suto, to be fair, he played a lovely shot on the 8. He was dicing with the side pocket there. Kind of just threw his arm at it, probably shut his eyes and just hoped he landed on the 9.
Torsten Homan has beaten Felix Vogel 9-1. Dennis Grabber 8-1 up on Roland Garcia, so those 2 matches have been runaways. Vitali Patsura 3-1 up on Koping Chung. Looking good for Mustafa Alner against Payne McBride at 6-2. Kwo Washen Wei and Basef Makaibat remain battling away in the all-important 17th rack on table 16, 8-8, Hill. Lucas Fracasso Werner is moved to a 5-2 lead over Michael Schneider. And Marvin Assis has completed a 9-2 win over Francesco Candela. Sitting there impassively. He knows the next hour will determine just how good or bad his week has been.
Funny eyes, funny eyes. Funny eyes, funny eyes. Funny eyes, funny eyes, funny eyes. Funny eyes, funny eyes, funny eyes. Funny eyes, funny eyes. Funny eyes. 今天你吃到一个惊叹号，全家 Funny eyes。哇！
Look at this, or play the push. Well, he's going straight at the jump shot. Shane may play a similar shot now. Doesn't look like he can go off the bottom rail for the kick, so he's probably forced into the jump.
Requesting his extension. It's a 30-second shot clock with 1 30-second extension per player per rack.
Ball in hand for Go Pigny.
And 1 ball fewer to pot with the 8 going in.
Yeah, with big Shane up coming into this event on this little 3-tournament East Coast swing that we've had. He got to the final of Florida Open. He then went to the Battle of the Bull at Wolf's Den in Roanoke, Virginia, and he got to the final again. He's in danger of not making the cut.
He had a 9-0 win over Lee Van Cortese at Wolf's Den. That was one of the best performances I've ever seen. It was devastating.
我还没吃完啊，那个东西在蒸。
With all of the motivation and the incentives. But sport is a strange animal. Kiss on the 9 is fine. Full ball, okay.
Yeah, that should get the job done now. back where he needs to be. Table 2 is just about to get underway. It was the man who was guilty of sending SVB to the loser's side, Asani Sebastianov. He's playing Jeremy Jones.
We're being reminded here, it's not just fighting back in these matches, it's then going on and building a lead. SVB did the first bit, but not the second, because Copigny is back in front by 2, and he needs only 2 more to shatter Shane Van Boning's dream of 6 US Open titles. On table 11, Dennis Grabber still waiting for victory against Roland Garcia. It's 8-2 now to the Estonian number 1. Table 3 is still 3-1 to Vitaly Pachura over Koping Chung. The table went so awkward. All of the balls went towards the lengthy rail on the right-hand side as we're looking. And it was always going to be a really tactical affair. On table 9, Mustafa Alner. He's 6-3 up on Payne McBride now. Next up on table 4 will be Benji Buckley against Jesus Atencio. Buckley was only in as a very 11th hour call-up. Could he pull off some kind of dream run? Well, beating Atencio will not be easy. Lucas Fracasso Werner now 6-2 up on Michael Schneider. Fracasso Werner, one of the most improved players over the last year or two. The American still has that Mosconi Cup in his sights. And just a reminder, next up, last match on table 1 today will be Skylar Woodward against Duong Korkwak.
Well, Copigny is about to break to get on the hill. This is a massive rack, this one. Can't tell you the difference in the score lines. Oh, I think he's going to get a look here. It all ended up a bit odd, but the end result,
太直了吧，这角度。
that matters. He's 7-5 up. Needs to play one good positional shot here. That'll do. What an opportunity for a break and run here. These are all there. They're all in the open. This is not a difficult finish.
Arnold Palmer had Arnie's Army.
哇，那个感觉争太久了，就是那个笋包子蒸太久，水加太多，所以我可能等它冷掉我再去吃温的，不然现在等下一定很烫，我一定是没办法吃。然后刚刚煎了2颗蛋这样，等下再下去吃，反正这个快结束了。
Not many smiles there.
角度有点
Copenhagen Carl, his dependability. He won't buckle in this kind of situation.
但对我可能会打，绝对打不进。
He's proven. He's about to get on the hill. He's going to need just one more, and SVB needs the last 4.
There are no hills on this barrier island on which sits Atlantic City, but Copenhagen has found one. 8-5 up. It means Shane Van Boening, in order to keep alive in this US Open, has to win the next 4. And the way things are going, you just can't see it happening. Can
跳起来了，
pull out
听到了
extra
大同
special?
电锅蒸好的声音，我就不会马上去吃，白吃才马上去吃，会很烫。
Dennis Grabber is over the line. He's into the last 64 draw. He's beaten Roland Garcia 9-2.
羞哎。
That extraordinarily lengthy rap between Vitaly Patsura and Ko Ping Chung that's taking place on table 3 still is underway. They're on the 9. Mustafa Alner doubling up on Payne McBride at 6-3. Jeremy Jones and Arseny Sebastianov. They've just started. Benji Buckley and Jesus Atencio waiting in the wings. Lucas Fracasso Werner, his stock is rising. He leads Michael Schneider of Switzerland, the conqueror of Earl Strickland earlier today, 6-2. And we know about Ko Ping-yi, 1 rack away from defeating an old rival.
Yeah, it was the World Championships just well, not that long ago, and it was a certain losers qualification round match there where these two met. Shane knocked Ko Ping-yi out of the World Championship. Is Ko about to return the favour?
Yeah, you can't believe they played in losers qualification in back-to-back majors, can you? Or almost back-to-back majors.
Well, I don't think he can cut this in and get on the 3. If he can't, he'll play safe. Shane might get back to the chair in a world of pain here. It's very easy, the safety as well. He can tuck the blue 2 under the purple and run the cue ball up top. There's balls there. I feel like Shane's going to be kicking when he comes to the table. Going to be kicking to stay alive.
It would be terrific if Van Boening could fight back. The atmosphere would be amazing.
Oh, 防守了。
But as he's been throughout his career, Ko Ping-yi is all business.
Is this that man's last shot? All the hopes of everyone in this room and everybody watching who loves Shane Van Boening. This kick shot could be the last we see of him.
你们发现打9球的那个动作慢很多啊，打斯诺克的那个出杆就快很多。虽然斯诺克没有什么限制，没有出杆限制。
Ko Ping-yi won the World Masters a couple of years ago. Can he fix the final piece in the jigsaw to master Van Boning in his own backyard today.
Same again. Shane's kicking or jumping.
后面那节拆掉。我也会选择跳球，是我的话。哎，就是这样，结果就是这样。这个应该，等一下，这个应该正常人都知道球会跳出去吧？要么2号出去，要么母球出去，就这2种可能。所以是我会选择跳啊，但是会跳出去啊，是因为我解不到嘛。是我会选择跳球啊，可是我会心中默念祈祷说他不要跳出去，不要跳太大力，跳太大力就像刚刚那，在那种颗星边的球我都不太敢跳，就是除非你是没有是不会那个碰到颗星。就直球在颗星边，我都不太敢跳。
And the man who caused Van Boning's headaches, Arseny Sevastianov, has quickly taken a 2-0 lead over Jeremy Jones.
但我也会选择跳啦。
American representation in the last 64 of this US Open could be decidedly thin on the ground, especially if Duong Kok Wang overcomes Skylar Woodward on this table next.
Wow, not out yet. He didn't mean to catch the middle point. Is there still a little bit of hope here for Shane? Going to be another hook fill, I believe. Shane will be kicking once more.
这就可以解了。
Bottom rail here, and just give it a good old swipe. What we'd seen in the end when he fouled with a jump cue. Well, he can get his cue next to the green, so he'll definitely go the way where he stood now.
Twist in the tail, maybe?
只是现在没办法进攻啊。可以哦，我感觉不行。可以，哎呦。
He can't, can he?
I think from his reaction he can.
这是被9号挡到了。 感觉被9号挡到了呢，没有挡到。
For all intents and purposes, he was dead and buried.
I'll tell you what, Phil.
他们拿握杆都握很后面啊，我现在握杆也握很后面。
Hear the cheer, and quite rightly so. Talk about brinkmanship. 8-6. The match still very much alive. Ko Ping-yi will be kicking himself. Renewed hope for SVB.
SVB should be out of the tournament.
Life 傻逼点 IO。
Ko Bin-Yi.
Well, in these kind of situations, the player who has completed the steal is suddenly reinvigorated. The player who's been the victim of the steal, doubts flood in. That's the natural way of things. Benji Buckley on table 4 is taking the first rack from Jesus Atencio. Not many matches now going on in losers qualification. Lucas Fracasso-Werner doubling up on Michael Schneider at 6-3. Our pal Jeremy Jones 2-0 down to Arseny Sevastianov. Mustafa Alner 7-3 over Payne McBride. Vitali Pachura and Ko Ping Chung 3-3.
Oh.
Why? Why does it go this way? What is it about this game? The slightest bit of hope in stealing the last rack. The scratching on the break.
What do they say, Carl? It's the hope that kills you. Well, can Ko convert this time?
Okay.
You know, when you look at the table here, it's hard from this chair. I know it's easy from this chair, rather, but it's hard to see where this goes wrong. It's obviously so different out there. Weird things happen. You pull out of the shot or hit it slightly wrong, and you land a bit weird. But just look at where the balls are.
我这个看完就要下去，先把包子拿出来冷却一下。这个，这是 Relife 啊，这我早看过。
Desperately wanted Shane Van Boening to win, and I don't think he is.
啊，高杆一杆一库推下来，唉，来，稍一点就好了。
Ko is a killer. Okay, you might have messed up in the previous rack call, but it doesn't happen twice.
No, this match is over. He's good on the 9 here. SVP. We'll have to wait another year.
OK， 我跟恭喜柯宾赢了 SVP。
They applaud Ko Bin-Yi, but you can sense the disappointment around this arena. As for Shane Van Boening, he's not disappointed. He is thoroughly dejected. He put so much into trying to win this record-breaking 6th US Open title, but it's not to be in 2025. Instead, it is Ko Bin-Yi who advances to single elimination, and he will be a threat to lift the Barry Berman Trophy here on Saturday night. One more match to come for you. Out on centre stage, it is Duong Kok Wang. These such good crowds at these Matchroom majors.
Yeah, I think Florida was amazing, and also you can't be mad at the weather.
A little better than Denmark in December, I would hasten to guess. Do you get back there often?
I've been back to Denmark 1 week this year. Otherwise, I've been traveling.
I remember at the Moscone Cup at the Carib Royale Resort last year, I had a chat with you in reception at the hotel on the morning after the cup finished, and I asked you where you were based, and you said, not really anywhere, I'm just on the road. Is that still the case?
Still the case. Still the case.
Still the suitcase?
Right. This is a really good black right here. Ko Bin-Yi gets the first break.
Any fancies? Who do you think will win?
Like I said, I think it's really hard because both these guys can really win this event. So it really depends on who's gonna have a good break, I think, and who really digs deep. I think it's gonna be a fight regardless.
Okay then, off we go.
So you see Ko Ping-yi breaking it, and it goes a little too high here. You see the one ball goes above this side pocket. So what I noticed when I played just a minute ago is that you need a little more draw than you might like. So I think that was the issue right here. If he puts a little more draw on the ball, the one ball is going to track a little straighter toward the pocket.
When you sort out the break in mid-match and it starts going well, it must give you a good feeling.
Yeah, that's really why I was saying if you get a good break going, you really get a lot of confidence going. Like if you notice how David, he was starting to break really good, and he had a lot of shots after the break, and even if you don't, just making that one ball kind of gives you that feeling that you're doing well.
Lots of pressure involved when you're playing for so much prize money. Did taking part in those two big team events at the tail end of last year help you when it came to dealing with pressure and being right in the spotlight out there in front of big crowds?
This shot right here is a lot of trouble. If you hit it a little too hard, you're gonna be behind the 7. You hit it a little, if you don't hit it enough, you're gonna be behind the 3. And he hit it really nice. Shot here is going 2 rails, zigzag. That was a great shot.
He started out, Ko Ping-yi, beating Ernesto Dominguez 9-0, then Chen Qingzhou 9-6. He suffered a very surprising defeat in winners' qualification, beaten 9-3 by New Zealand's Sullivan Clark. All eyes on this one, as you might expect. Ko Ping-yi, number 16 in the World 9-Ball Tour rankings. Shane Van Boening, 10th.
he got a little bit straight here, so just needs to hit it with a little bit of speed, draw 2 rails, and then you're gonna get a.
你的脸为什么这么亮？难道这是？
是 Archimia
微电流面膜。以专利微电流，让有效成分真实深入基底，让保养从本质开始改变，散发动人光彩。有了电，自然有光。Archimia 微电流面膜。
Mickey, it's been a pleasure having you in the commentary box, and we wish you all the very best as this tournament goes on. You're one of the stars of the World 9-Ball Tour, and long may your success continue.
Thank you, Phil.
Have the rest of the night off. You know, this match, they've played each other on so many occasions, but their biggest previous meeting has to be the final of the World 9-Ball Championship exactly 10 years ago. It was in Doha in Qatar, and Ko Ping-yi prevailed 13-11 to become champion of the world. Shane Van Boening lost in the final the following year to Albin Ouschen. In fact, he had to wait until 2022 to win his so far one and only World 9-Ball title. Jonas Suto, he's 5-3 up on Elliot Sanderson now. That's on table 4, which you can see on the Matchroom Pool YouTube channel. Albert Janawata, he was off to a fly against Alexa Pachelch. It's really tight now. They're on table 3. Janawata on the hill at 8-7. In an all-German match, Torsten Homan is 2-0 up on Felix Vogel. It's 7-2 for Ayato Ishikata. All of these matches winners qualification, by the way. 7-2 over Raymond Linares. Alex Pagulayan, he's edging it against Konrad Yuzhushin at 7-6. Same score for Loho Som over Ko Ping-han. Ko Ping-han is the younger brother of Ko Ping-yi. Kuo Bashan Wei, 6-4 up on Basseth Makaibat. It's 6-5 for Roberto Gomez over Med Vergara. So many highly competitive matches out there. So Mickey Krause is left, no doubt to go off and practice somewhere. Rejoining me in the commentary box is Scott Frost, and I still can't get over the fact that Ko Ping-yi is playing Shane Van Boening in losers qualification.
Sure looks like a final to me in any world championship. Yeah, you gotta wonder what Shane's thinking right now. He doesn't look negative by any means, but I know the Battle of the Bowl kind of did him.
现在是怎样？
And then I also
现在还在
know the
relive
Florida
哦。
Open kind of did him in, right? It's both draining events. Watch the 9 here. Now I know exactly what Shane's thinking.
好，这我们先关
He
掉。
needs to get to the table.
那各位等我一下。 好。我们今天先到这边吧，拜拜。